Here's your puzzle of the week. It is white to play and win. Remember, if you'd like to solve the puzzle online, then do click through on the link to chesspuzzle.net and you can also play through the whole game. Otherwise, you might want to set up this position on your chessboard. You can always pause the video to do that. So here we go, white to play and win. This is a game between Walter Browne and Browne Planinc. So Walter Browne, an absolute legend of US chess. They used to call him Mr. Six-Time. He won the US Championship on 6 occasions. And Walter was a real gambler in life. He had an incredibly adventurous life. He was, well, not only a great chess player, but he was also a very accomplished poker player. And somehow, yeah, he loved taking risks on and off the chessboard. I like Walter a lot. I remember visiting him in his house, beautiful house in Berkeley, California. I got on with him well. Nice guy. His opponent here, Browne Planinc, who's Slovenian Yugoslav player, very creative player. And I have a feeling this is move 39. And this must have been a wild time scramble. Walter often got into time pressure. And you could see him at the board like this. He was sort of snuffled around trying to find the best move. He was a very intense player. And here he missed a win. Let me show you how the game went. It went queen takes rook check. Well, the knight has to interpose. And if queen takes knight, then basically white's sensible checks have run out and it's going to be mate on one of these squares next move. So Walter played bishop takes f7 check. But the king, well, he wasn't going to take here and allow queen takes knight check. Just king h7. Queen e4 check. King step back. And Walter played bishop e6, but resigned. Because, well, simply knight e6. And yeah, the sensible checks run out, basically. After this, queen e4, here, check, and knight g7, and then, well, rook h3 is coming. Or there's a flash move, knight d8, and you deflect the queen away, and then either queen g2 or rook h3. So that was the final position of the game. Yeah, Walter resigned before black could play knight takes bishop, and that's a winning position for black. Okay, we need to go back. So this is the 40th move. It must have been a time scramble. And Walter missed a win. He could have played bishop takes pawn check. This is a winning move. Okay, let's go through the alternatives. Well, if the king steps into the corner, then queen takes is winning, because this is just checkmate. Okay, so what about queen takes? Then queen takes, knight f8. Now you can just transpose into a rook and pawn endgame here. I mean, this will be a practical move. White is 2 pawns up, and then just protect the h-pawn. That's a winning endgame. Or you could get an even better version of that by throwing in e6. And, well, you can even take the rook. This is winning. Or, again, you could get an even better rook and pawn endgame like that. And then protect this. I mean, that's really clear. So, after bishop takes, yeah, queen takes is losing. And king takes, now you have to find the right move here. So white play e6 check, and that's a killer. So if the king steps back, then queen takes rook check, knight here, and again you can play you can transpose down into a rook and pawn endgame with queen takes knight, or you can take here and bring the queen back, and that's a win. I mean, there are going to be lots of checks, but basically the king can always run away across the other side of the board, and white is just winning easily. And finally, after this, well, if king f6, then queen e5 check, and h5 checkmate. If you want to go through all those variations again, well, you can always replay the video, or you can take a look at the game online. So if you want more puzzles, then do click through to chesspuzzle.net, and there are hundreds and hundreds of positions for you to solve. Thanks for watching.